welcome back. Today's video is going to be Daisy's 15-month update and my 15-month postpartum update. I am filming this just a couple days late, but she is, we already had her 15-month doctor's appointment. She was 25 pounds, 3 ounces, and that's the 92nd percentile for weight, and then she was 30.75 inches, so she was in the 60th percentile for height. So kind of average height and a little chubby, basically. She definitely has a gut on her, but the doctor isn't concerned that she's like chubby. She's been consistently in the 90-something percentile for weight, like since birth. She was 9 pounds, 0 ounces at birth, so she's just been a big girl, and I'm big. I mean, that's just life, but I wasn't big as a child. Like, I was pretty average until like end of elementary school. I got my period when I was 10. I was like a C cup by then, so I mean, she's just chubby, and that's okay. Let's see. She had a regression with sleep this last month. She was sick. Oh my gosh, it was awful. So first we took her to urgent care on like a Thursday, and she had a fever. We gave her Motrin, and she'd had a fever Wednesday, but it was like kind of low, and we just gave her some Tylenol. We figured she was teething, but by Thursday after work, it was like, oh my gosh, her fever was 104 an hour after taking Motrin. We were like, okay, we got to take her in. So we took her to urgent care, and they were like, oh, she's got hand, foot, mouth. Because, and they're like, just keep alternating Tylenol and Motrin, and then she will probably break out in a rash in a couple of days. The fever will go away, and you're good. If the fever comes back, then you have a problem. So that was Thursday night. Saturday, she broke out in a rash. Sunday, we're like, okay. The fever went away, and it came back. So we went back to urgent care. And then they said, it's not hand, foot, mouth. It's actually roseola. And we were like, okay. They were like, so fever should go away. Alternate hand, foot, alternate Motrin and Tylenol, and you'll be fine. Okay. Fever didn't go away. Came back, and it was just awful. So finally, we went in to see her pediatrician. And she was like, I'd really like to do a urine, urine culture and see if she's got like a UTI or something. But they put this little cup on her, like taped it to her and put it in her diaper to like have her pee in it. So we had to hang out in the office. She was running around in her diaper with this little cup taped to her. I'm so sad. She didn't like it either. And then she didn't pee. The whole time we were in the office, we were there like an hour, and she did not pee. So they had no urine to use for the sample. So they sent us to the ER. We went to the ER, and her fever was like almost 105, and they gave her like Motrin and Tylenol, like alternating in rectally, and did her temp, and then did a catheter. And that was awful, but they got what they needed, and she did have like an E. coli bacteria. So they gave her antibiotics, and we did that for 10 days, and her fever's gone away. It's been gone since like the day after we went to the ER, or ED as they call it now. So she's feeling much better. She did regress with sleep. She popped out 2 new teeth this last month. I'm not sure if it was fully from this last month, but it might have been from the last 2 months, but they're still coming down, but they're visible, and they have been for a while. So she now has 4 teeth on the top and 2 on the bottom. The 2 on the top on the sides are new. So only 6 teeth for 15 months. It's not awful. Doctor isn't concerned, but it's not a lot either. I know my nephew has like 15 teeth at this point, and he's 18 months, so we may be in for it. She may be popping a whole bunch of new teeth in the near future. But she has been sleeping through the night since she was about 11 months old. We started sleep training, and she was sleeping from about 8 p.m. to 5 or 6 a.m. every day. Then when she was 6, she wasn't sleeping through the night. She was waking up every few hours again. I was like, oh my gosh, kill me now. But this last week or so, she has been sleeping through the night more. Like last night, she slept 8:15 to 5 a.m. 5 a.m.'s not the worst because, guys, she was waking up at 3:30. And that was it. She was done. I would like hold her in my lap in the rocking chair in the dark with the white noise machine still on, still with her pacifier. I'd give her milk if I needed to. I would rock her. I would sing to her. I would read her bedtime stories. I'd try to put her back in the crib. I'd try to get her to just sleep on me for a half hour or something, and I could just like close my eyes and rest. I couldn't really sleep in there, but I could like rest. No. She's like, 3 o'clock. Let's go play. Let's go. Woo, I'm up. And I was like, grumpy in the morning, right? Grumpy mommy. But, yeah, that was really rough, and she's back now. Out of, like, the last 5 nights, I think she slept through the night, like, 4 out of the last 5, so we're doing okay. I got 8 hours straight last night, so I can't complain. Let's see. She's still napping twice a day on average, but there were a few days lately where she's refused one of her naps, so we may be looking at going down to 1 nap a day, like a decent 2 or 3 hour nap. mid-afternoon. We'll see. But she does go to bed at anywhere between 7:30 and 8:30. It's usually right around 8 o'clock. But she has been loving lots of different characters. Elmo this last month. She still doesn't have a lot of screen time or anything. Just we give her Kindle. She seriously watches it for about 30 seconds, loses interest, and leaves. But she likes to sing Old MacDonald. And she brings us her Kindle and says, "E-I-O, E-I-E-I-O." She wants us to play E-I-E-I-O, and it's so cute, and she sings along with it. And so she's definitely like loving Elmo. She holds him and she calls him Melmo. Melmo! And she goes and picks him up. She's talking like crazy. She knows the names for certain toys and characters now, even though she doesn't know who Mickey is. She's never watched Mickey Mouse on TV. She's never seen a Disney movie. She does know some of the characters now. She knows Tigger from Winnie the Pooh, and she has certain characters. We have named her baby dolls, so she knows who they are. She's got the My Pal Violet and My Pal Scout dolls, and she knows them. Where's Scout? And she'll go get them. She'll do tasks for us, like it's super cute. Like, can you throw this away? And she'll go throw it away. Can you go get that toy for Penny, the dog? And so she'll go and get the toy, which is like Penny can't get it, you know, because my husband will throw it and it'll land somewhere where the dog can't get it. She'll move her chair out of the way and get the thing and then hand the toy to the dog, and we're like, good girl, you know. So she can understand direction. We have introduced her to the potty. We sat her on the potty. She did nothing. She thinks it's fun. She likes to like put her feet in the potty. It's never been like Peter pooped in because she doesn't know how to do it, so it's just clean. But she just likes to like put her legs in and stand in the middle of the potty and then wants help to get out. She likes to like pick up the seat and throw it around, but you know, anytime I go, I just tell her like, oh, you want to go potty with mommy? And she always comes with me, and she always, you know, helps me, and she takes the toilet paper and like takes about 100 sheets off, and then you have to re-roll it or ask her to throw it away, or she hands it to me. And you know, we're just learning. I'm not like forcing it at this point. She's only 15 months old, but I want her to understand. So I'll talk her through the process. Like, mommy's peeing. Can you hear it? Listen, you know. And then, you know, when she'll point to my underwear and I'll say like, oh, mommy wears panties because she's a big girl and she uses a potty, you know, like just kind of putting the ideas in her head, planting them there so that when we do want to start potty training in a few months, like she's ready. We told ourselves we weren't going to do it until after we got back from our trip to Minnesota, which is like September 12th. So she'll be over almost 16 months at that point, but we're not even, you know, we're not worried about it right now. She is drinking cow's milk from a cup, a sippy cup only now, no more bottles. I think I told you guys that last month, but she's picky about her sippy cups in the sense that like, or we're picky because they always spill and they don't get clean, or they like, when she dips, she likes to drink upside down and then it just like drains everywhere. So she can't drink out of a regular cup. Like she'll try to drink my cup that way, and it'll just like flood her face with milk and she gets mad. So obviously that doesn't work. So let me know if you have any perfect sippy cup recommendations. She does not like those rim 360 cups. She doesn't like them. So she'll either do a straw or a spout, but she doesn't like those rim cups. We've tried. We have like the Munchkin 360 and a couple different variations, like the first somethings, the ones from Walmart. She doesn't like them. And she is eating with a fork and a spoon. She can feed herself. She'll eat anything, but we are actually currently having her eat no gluten. She gets splotchy in the mornings. Her face on her skin on her face gets like little red spots. And so we're trying to narrow down what it is. She was used to eat like puffs or granola baby cereal bars or things like that in the mornings. And so I knew that it might be the grains or it might be the bottle or the milk she just had. And so we tried, right now we've done about a week and a half. We're going to do 2 full weeks of no gluten. She's still got splotchy here and there, so we know it's probably not gluten, but we have to do the full couple weeks to get it out of her system and make sure that it's not gluten. Then we're probably going to try no dairy and see how that goes, but I want to wait until after we get back from our trip because it's going to be really hard to find whole milk or it's going to be really hard to find like almond milk out in the airports, you know, like I just want to be able to give her cow's milk. Yeah, I just think it would be too hard to be trying to find like almond milk or rice milk out when we're like at a diner for breakfast or at the buffet or at the airport, you know what I mean? So I was like, if we're going to just wait to do no milk, it doesn't seem to be bothering her. Her pediatrician said it was okay to wait a little bit to, you know, start with gluten, see how that goes. If she's still getting splotchy, we know it wasn't gluten after a few weeks, Then try no dairy for a few weeks. The problem is this kid loves her milk. So her normal day schedule is she wakes up anywhere between 3 and 6 a.m. It's usually like around 5. And she has about 4 ounces of milk in a sippy cup. And then she eats breakfast. We usually have like snack breakfast first up in her nursery, just her and I, and we wait for breakfast until my husband wakes up. And that's usually like berries and stuff. But in her nursery, we'll have something that's not refrigerated, like I'll give her a piece of fruit, like a banana, you know, and she'll have half and I'll have half in the morning. Or she'll have like a pouch of the fruit and veggie pouches, you know, that don't have to be refrigerated. Or she'll have some kind of like baby snack cake, like a granola bar type of thing, like a baby mum or teething wafer, something that's like non-gluten, something like that in the morning, first thing. With her milk, she'll have fruit and then some kind of grain thing that isn't gluten-free, you know, it's gluten-free. Then at breakfast time, she'll have like berries, sometimes cottage cheese, sometimes she'll have like a piece of turkey sausage or whatever, cheese, whatever we're having. She can't have eggs. And then she has another sippy cup of milk, about 4 ounces, for her first nap around 9. She eats lunch, whatever we're eating. She loves fruits like watermelon, melon in general. She'll eat green beans, stuff like that with meats. She can feed herself with a fork. She's pretty good at that. And then she has another bottle of, and then just water most of the day. She has another bottle of sippy cup of milk, I should say, around 1 for her second nap. And then she naps for a couple of hours usually. And then she has a snack mid-afternoon around 3. And that's whatever, fruit or something else. And then she eats dinner with us, whatever we're eating usually. Water most of the time, and then she has another snack sometimes depending on how late we have dinner. If we have dinner at 6, then she's not going to need a snack before bed, but if we have dinner at 4, she will get a snack around 6 or 7, and then she has milk again before bed, and that one's her 6 or 7 ounce cup. So she has 4 when she wakes up, 4 mid-morning, 4 mid-afternoon, that's 12, and then 6 or so at dinner, at bedtime, that's 18, maybe 19 ounces of milk a day. Her doctor said she should be having 12 to 24 ounces of milk a day, so she's kind of right in between. I wouldn't mind cutting out the early morning bottle of milk or sippy cup, but I definitely am not ready to cut out the last one before bed because I want that kid to be full and sleep through the night. Another thing we've been having happen recently is she's been peeing out of her diapers. So we were on size 4 Pampers Swaddlers for a long time. And so we ended up buying size 5s, and it was still happening. And I'm like, huh. She was still well within the weight range for a size 4. And she was also at the very low end of the size 5s, I think. She lost some weight when she was 6. So she was like 26.5 pounds at one point, and now she's like 25. So I was like, huh. So then I bought size 4 Pampers Cruisers because those are made for babies who move. And I think that's part of why she was waking up in the middle of the night is her outfit was wet, you know, her shirt and her pants were wet, and she peed out of her diaper, and that's cold and wet, and it wakes you up. So I was like, they had to change her sheets. It was like a whole thing. And so then I tried size 5 Pampers Cruisers, and it was still happening. So I put up a post on one of the May 2017 babies page. It's a group of moms that have babies that were born like April, May, June, most of us, depending on when we were due and when we actually delivered. And so I was like, hey, like, what can I do? And they were like, double up, pour a size 4 and then a size 5 on top, or buy the overnight diapers. And they recommended the Huggies overnights. Some people recommended Pampers Baby Dry or whatever, or the Snug and Dries, or something like inserts that you can put into the diapers. But we ended up getting the Huggies overnights. Those seem to be working. She has peed out of them once, but then just today she peed out of a Pampers Cruiser daytime. She was up and playing, and she peed up the front of it and got her shirt and her skirt wet. And I was like, it's like, I changed you 2 hours ago or an hour ago. Like, why, how do you pee so much? I'm like, am I that bad at putting diapers on that like I don't get a good seal, or like what? I don't know. So I've been struggling in the diaper area. Just pee, not like crazy blowouts at poop or anything, but if you guys have any recommendations, let me know. Like I said, she's probably about 25.5 pounds at this point. And not that long. She's 60th percentile for height, but she is 92nd percentile for weight. She's a little chunky. We're just having trouble, and I don't know if you have any diapering tips, like how the ribbons on the thighs and like crotch area that line the sides should be, if I need to like double up or like buy the inserts, or if my kid just like drinks so many fluids. I don't know, but I don't think she's drinking a crazy amount of water. Anyway, side note, let's just talk about me postpartum. I don't want to go too far into it because I'm going to do a whole video on it. I mentioned that I got off the pill in April, and then I got my first postpartum period at about a year postpartum, 12 months and a half maybe, I was just June 4th was my first postpartum period because I was breastfeeding. I stopped breastfeeding June 23rd. And that was when Daisy turned 13 months and we switched to cow's milk full time. I actually conceived on June 22nd. This is not a pregnancy announcement video, okay? And I had a D&C on August 13th with twins at 10 weeks pregnant. I'm not this is not the video where I'm going to talk about that, but I did have a question from somebody like, oh, so you said you were trying, are you guys pregnant? You know, because I mentioned that in June, I think, that we were going to start trying. And we got pregnant. I think I was already pregnant when I filmed that video, and then last month's video, I knew I was pregnant. I was like 6 or 7 weeks already, and I didn't say anything. And I filmed like maternity wardrobe, like hacks for how to make your regular clothes last. I filmed a 4-week update, a 5-week pregnancy update, 6, 7, 8, 9. I filmed, you know what I mean? Like I had probably 10 videos ready for you guys. Like first trimester must-haves. Like I had all these videos planned. And then we went in for an ultrasound and there's no heartbeats, and it was sad because at the previous ultrasound, they were just too small and they saw the flutter, but it was too small to actually hear it. And, you know, it was just small. I was measuring like 6 weeks when I was 8 weeks, and they're like, well, and I had low progesterone, so I was supplementing, and that indicated there was a problem. Long story short, August 13th, I had a D&C, and I'm filming this like August 26th, and I'm okay, not bleeding. I'm not in pain. I'm fine. So I'm going to do a whole video on that, but just wanted to like put a little bit here at the end of this video in case you were wondering postpartum. But yeah, I don't know if that's why my skin has been so good lately, but I'm going to take it. I'll probably start breaking out here any day now. We did get the results back from my D&C, the tissue that they removed, and it was not a molar pregnancy or anything. Twins are just higher risk, and we do have twins on 3 of our 4 sides of family. I hear it runs the women's side, but so it's not surprising. I was also breastfeeding, and that gives you a higher chance of getting twins, conceiving twins. And it was my first period in 2 years, so I guess I released 2 eggs. I don't know. But so anyway, I did want to mention that here, just in case you guys were going to ask that in the comments. Like, I'm not ignoring the topic. It is sad, and I'm going to do a whole video on it. But yeah, so that's me postpartum. I did gain some weight because of it. I was 10 weeks pregnant with twins. Like, I gained like 5 pounds probably, and that's not great. I would like to lose that before I get pregnant again. The doctor said he wants me to have a cycle before I try again. So it should be a few months, 2 or 3 months before I can try and get pregnant again. And best case scenario, instead of March 4th, what my due date was going to be with the twins, it would be more like July probably. So just put it into, like, let you guys know, keep you up to date. You can ask me questions if you want, but like I said, I am going to do a video on it. I just wasn't like ready to talk about it before now. So that is it for our 15-month update. Comment down below if you have any questions, comments, want to chat. Thanks for watching. Bye.